Mr. DeBosch, if you say there is no God, how do you explain the existence of the universe?
Well, I think that we have to talk about what we mean by God. If you're talking about Spinoza's God, then maybe we agree that the word God can have application. But Spinoza's God is not a separate being that can be prayed to. Spinoza's God is not a separate conscious being that says, okay, this person believes in Mormonism, this person believes in Catholicism, and I'm sending one or the other to eternal damnation. So you see the point that if the universe is derived from an unknown beginning, that does not mean that our inability to yet concretely define that beginning, though I think we can have some greater assumptions than blind faith religionists can, that doesn't mean that we have to cling to superstition until the answer comes along. That doesn't mean that until we define viruses, we have to believe it was evil spirits making people sick. Certainly, the universe does show us certain things, and that is that the laws of physics are immutable and universal in the universe. If that's true, that does not allow for a transcendental being beyond the universe to violate those laws on one planet in the solar system a few thousand years ago.
Thank you, Mr. Tabash. Dr. Bahnsen, would you please respond?
Yes, I don't think that I have avoided any of my opponent's questions whatsoever, although I think repeatedly he has portrayed them in only half of what I've said, say, about self-authentication. He has yet to deal with the problem of Hume and Bertrand Russell and the principle of induction and so forth, and I'm going to keep bringing him back to it, whether he, is happy with it or not. But about the origin of the universe, to say that we don't have an answer to that and we're working on it, is to say at this point we don't have a foundation for our understanding of the world that we're studying, that we, as far as we know, it's totally arbitrary. It's just a chance world. But if it's just a random chance world, we can't account for it, we don't know where it came from and so forth, then why do we apply principles that are contrary to randomness, contrary to chance, in trying to understand it? You see, the atheist just can't have it both ways, appealing arbitrarily to, well, it just happens and we don't know why, and then saying we have to have an empirical reason for everything if we're going to believe it. Mr. Tabash simply will not stand still in his philosophical worldview and decide what his theory of knowledge is and make his theory of reality comport with it. As a matter of fact, atheists have a real difficult time explaining the origin of the universe, and in the end they end up saying something like everything that we see came from nothing. I'll give you the quotations later. My time's going to run out here, but it has run out.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr.